Hey buddies, welcome to another video, and today I'm going to tell you how you could, or how to, play the Hitchhiker from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. Well, who is a Hitchhiker? Hitchhiker is one of the 5 family members that you can play in the game, of course, and he is one of 2 Chaser ones. I know, I'm still getting used to this. We've already done Bubba, but next, of course, we want to talk about Hitchy because of the way he is played. He's one of the most popular characters to play besides maybe Sissy and Johnny. Bubba's required on every match, but Hitchy's not. But you can play as him. It's. So what is so good about Hitchy? Well, Hitchy is one of the Chase family members. He is like Sissy. Sissy and him are both Chase family members. They can go through the little cracks in the walls when the birds aren't chirping their asses off. And they can go through the little gaps that Bubba can later destroy. They can't go over barriers, unfortunately, but it's whatever. You need something for the victims to get away, I guess. His main ability is that he can lay down traps made of bones. Now, these you can place around the map however you like. Can't make any more, you only have 3. And the more you play as him, and eventually when you level up his ability, you have different ways that they can be used. Me, preferably, I like to eventually, because I don't have him entirely leveled up, but he's one of my favorite to play as, besides Bubba and Cook, is the fact that when my birds shut up, that they are one of the best ways to make sure that you have an extra layer of defense in ways, on certain objectives. I like to place one usually on generator on the family house, because that's one of the easiest to get to. You can put them in little gaps in where usually victims will slide through during a chase. So, for example, if you are chasing, say, one of the many victims, the trap could be in the right place, right time. Usually, you can slide. I would prefer to put them not near the little gaps that you can crawl through, but the little cracks in the walls, because they can suspect them. I'm gonna be honest. But they can be placed in points where they can slip through and they don't expect it. For example, on the slaughterhouse, there's a little building where the ladder exit is of the basement. These you want to, me personally anyway, I place them near the little crack in the wall that is closer towards the generator of one, where the fuse box may spawn. This one is usually used a lot during chase. So you kind of want to keep that blocked off. There's one where it's near there's a little crack in the wall near the basement exit. In the slaughterhouse, stolen slaughterhouse, of course. There's the basement exit, and then you have the exit from the basement itself. You have the basement exit that you can use the fuse box to open, and then the one where it's the door where you can go up top into I believe it's the holding pen. In there, you can place a trap up there. They usually slide through that for just stealth, but they don't expect the trap to be there usually. And I've gotten a few cheeky kills off of simply randomly putting it down, and the family member, or not the family member, the victims randomly just kind of come up and see me do it. So they see me putting down a trap, and it's already too late, and the trap's finished off, and they just kind of walk into it. I like to. You have the family house, where if you're coming up from basement, you can simply lay down a trap coming out of the basement in the red hallway with the skulls. There you can slap down just a nice little trap, and they can't do anything about it, because what are they gonna do? You can simply just lay it on there, slap it on there, and if they go through, say you're chasing them out of the basement, or you're chasing them around the place. They can slip through that, and boom, there's your trap. They never suspect it. You have ones, again, if they're coming up from the basement from the ladder, you can place it right near where the ladder is, so when they come up top, boom, they're just stepping immediately into a trap. And some of these traps are some, the funniest things ever. I swear. But specifically, you've got gas station. There's little cracks where the barrels are, or outside, to the right of the little house, you can call it. I like to put one on the side of the well, so that when they go through it, what are they gonna do? And if they decide to try and go through the little crack, it's on from the well side. They have a trap in front, and they can usually just run around it, but it forces them to not take that direction. You can place one. Oh my god. In the house, there's a crack in the wall, and then right next to it is a little gap hole that you can crawl through. If Bubba destroys that gap hole, and you place a trap near that little crack in the wall, they have nowhere to run if they're running around the house. So you can practically make sure they can't escape, or if they try to, your trap is there to stop them. You can also, if you really just want to be simplistic, you can place them by the objectives, but usually they can be used as a line of defense more than an actual trap if used on the objectives. I've seen most of the time that when I've put them by car battery or the generator or fuse box, they're mainly somebody's got a bone scrap and they destroy it, and then they proceed to then go through it anyway. It's kind of like a last line of defense. If you, especially if you're using for your family focused a lot, you can see if your traps are destroyed, if they're no longer where you put them when you use it. It's a pretty good idea to see if they're going for that that escape plan. Perks I would recommend for Hitchhiker. This varies depending on how you want to play. Me personally, at the moment, I like to use Wireframe, Fired Up, and Tracker Tagged. I prefer to have the ability to tell the rest of the family, here, I'm going after somebody, this is a person right here, if you want to help, indirectly anyway. If I don't want to use voice comms or nobody else is using voice comms, it's kind of a way of saying, hey, I found somebody, you can come by and help. Fired Up, so that if I'm low on stamina, I can just take a moment to just walk, and my stamina takes a little less time to come back to me. And then I like to use Wireframe. I like to just go through the little cracks in the walls a little faster and crawl through the gap holes faster. This can be used as just going around the map. You want to go to different places. Yeah, I'll slip through here. It's easier to get over there that way. Or if it's in chase, they're going through something, boom, you're not that far behind them. Other ones you can use are, of course, Scout. Maybe use a little bit of the Serrated, so that when you hit them, they bleed over time. With Scout, you're faster, and but you do less damage. So I like to use Serrated with it. You can also use a blood build on Hitchhiker. Because of the fact that him and Sissy are one of the two that have the highest of blood harvesting. Maybe he might be outranked by Cook. I don't remember. But him and Sissy are some of the best in heart and blood harvesting. They are the chase. First of all, they're chase ones. They're not really gonna do a lot of damage. So, but you hit more often, and with that comes more blood. So why not just use that ability to get Grandpa up? That's why if I ever decide to play Hitchy, it's either I'm doing a chase build or I proceed to give Grandpa a lot of blood. Get Grandpa up to level 5 in no time flat. For his traps, you have 3 levels like every other ability, but with his, I prefer to run, say, you have one where it does a little bit of damage to them, so you don't have to really worry about making as much damage to them with your hits sometimes. And I will eventually go into, because I don't have him fully leveled up, like I said before, but I do like playing him a lot. Sometimes is the one where it takes a little bit more time for them to get out of the trap. Third off is that on the 3rd level, any victim caught in a trap will be found immediately by the family. They're all revealed to everybody. So it is a nice way to be like, hey, guess what? It's practically the dinner bell perk, but it's you've played Hitchhiker enough that they're like, well, let's not use that perk anymore, and slide you over the ability to have it revealed to everybody. So with Hitchy, again, your main point is that you're going to either get Grandpa up to level 5 as fast as possible with blood, or you could be the chase character that's either you run them into the rest of the family, or you're the one that kind of comes out of nowhere and finishes the chase. It's up to you, honestly. Always remember, though, that you are unlike Bubba. Bubba will immediately be knocked over by Leland's thing. So Leland can knock you over, and then you got a minute to stand back up. But you are, again, when you play Hitchy, Yeah. Again, you can keep up on the victims. Sometimes that's all you need instead of simply always trying to use savagery to end them faster. No, that's what I like to say. Is like, you don't need savagery, increased savagery to kill with Hitchy. With his endurance, he can keep up to them in no time flat and consistently keep at them, picking away at their health before they're eventually dead. And sometimes with voice comms or tracker tag, you can have a family member come in and then it's over. They're killed off because either the family member came in and either made enough damage to kill them themselves, or made enough damage and then you came in with that last hit and boom, you got a kill. Yeah. Honestly, that's how it is with Hitchhiker. Him and everybody but Bubba can go down ladders, as I forgot to say because I saw the gameplay. But with Hitchy, he's one of the best characters in the game to play. I prefer to play him sometimes if I want to just keep on the victims, but I don't want to hear Bubbles revving all the time. Yeah, I prefer to like playing him with the traps and all, making sure nobody can escape me or the rest of the family members, and sometimes I also like just playing with Grandpa and giving him his blood, so I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, with that being said, yep, I think I made my point pretty clear. Tell you what, Outland's Health. There we go, we get it done. Yeah. So rests are gonna be coming soon. Cook and I don't know about Johnny and Sissy. But I'll most likely still do it. But I'm gonna get the original families out of the way first because those are the ones that I play the most and I understand the most. Yeah. So yeah, that was with Hitchhiker. You are a chase trapping kind of guy that also is really good at blood harvesting. You can be there at the right time, or have your traps be there at the right time for the rest of the family or you. And sometimes you can get the most kills out of the game, even compared to even Bubba or Sissy sometimes. You never know. So with that in mind, I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, share. Tell me who else you like to see. And subscribe to the bell notification so you know when another video goes up. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace.